Tesla investors, it starts. First off, I just want to say that Q4 earnings call yesterday was the greatest. I've been following Tesla for 5 years. And in these 5 years, there were some really good earnings call and there were some really bad earnings call. But this one, yesterday, that was the best. The best. I have never seen Elon this optimistic before, this upbeat before, and just going crazy. And I love it. I love it. And again, the reason why I went all in Tesla stock was because of the autonomy thing, which he really nailed yesterday, and it was awesome. If you guys followed the live session yesterday, oh man, three and a half hour live session. It was a sheesh moment. But we have to come back to reality. We have to talk about the bad news, because there are some bad news, the insanely good news, and something that we missed, something big that we missed and nobody's talking about. It's just mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing. We'll get down to it. First off, guys, smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's flippin' go. So let's first start off with the bad news, because there are some bad news and I list them out here on my screen. So I'm going to be looking back and forth quite a bit. Earnings report. That came as a miss. 73 cents. Compared to what they expected of 77 cents. And when that happened, the stock went down 2-3%. Then it got green. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Operating margins was 6.2%, which I was quite disappointed because I thought they're going to be at least in the 10%, right? But operating costs were more than expected. And average selling price per each vehicle was really down. That was a surprise to me. It was at 37,652 compared to Q3 at 40,000. So that is about 2.5 and 2.25 down from Q3. Like, that's massive, and that's because they were trying to get rid of the old Model 3 at a big discount, trying to finish the inventory in China, in Europe, in the US, everywhere, so they can get ready for the new Model Y. And the new Model Y is priced a bit higher, and rumors has it that there's already 130,000 pre-orders. And if that rumor is true, it's more than 150,000 pre-orders at the moment. So that's absolutely a sheesh moment. But I do expect that in Q2, not in Q1, but in Q2, the average selling price would go back up again. Slightly, not too much, but slightly, because the Model Y will be on full effect, full force in Q2. And it's going to be great. Q1, it's going to be a rough quarter. And it's always going to be a rough quarter for all automotives, for any car company that's trying to sell vehicles. Q1 is always bad. So it looks like Tesla's going like, you know what, let's just make Q1 the worst quarter, because we already know it's going to be a bad quarter anyways, and everyone's expecting it to be a bad quarter. So then Q2, Q3, and Q4 can be great. If you're a car company and there's one quarter that you want to show the worst quarter ever, it's Q1, because naturally it's a bad quarter anyways. But those are the reasons why the margins went down to 6.2%. Sheesh, I mean, that was a surprise to me, kind of disappointed. Good news though, COGS per each vehicle dropped below 35,000, which is awesome. So COGS continue to go down per each vehicle, which is really flipping good. Now, energy came to around 3.1 billion in revenue. I was expecting of around 3.5 billion. This means the average selling price per each mega pack is less than 280 billion, which if we compare that to Q3, that was 320 billion. But then something clicked. It's the Powerwall. There was more Powerwall sales in this quarter compared to Q3. Seeing $40 million in average selling price going down in one quarter, it's a lot. And I understood that this is Powerwall, but nonetheless, $40 million, that is a lot. Which again confirms that Powerwall sales were more in this quarter than previous quarters, which is a good thing. Powerwalls are good. But in the next quarter, I do expect mega packs to go even higher, because we have Shanghai coming up, and some big bombshell came from there as well. We'll talk about that in a bit. Gross profits were at 25.2% compared to 30.5% in Q3 for energy storage, which again confirms that Powerwall sales were more in this quarter. So shout out to Powerwall for bringing the gigawatt hours above 10, because listen, Lathrop can only do 10 gigawatt per hour every single quarter. So the 1 gigawatt that came was Powerwall, which is a lot. Now going back to the vehicles here, again, I know the vehicles is the boring part and nobody cares about, but this is part of the bad news. He did not re-mention the 20-30% in vehicle delivery growth for 2025, but instead went balls to the walls with autonomy, which again, I love. Not complaining. That's the reason why I went all in Tesla, but it would have been nice for him to, to re-mention it, to reiterate it, as it will help to update my 2025 valuation. But again, It doesn't flipping matter. One good thing he said is that energy to continue to grow, 50% CAGR every single year. So that is the bad news. Well, that's the good news, but these are the bad news is when you look at the earnings report and stuff like that. Let's move on to the insane news, because this is why this was the greatest earnings call and the reason why the stock is up today despite a terrible Q4 earnings. Because again, Q4, it was a miss on the bottom line and the top line, both. But the stock is still up. Why? Because of the earnings call. What Elon said, the guidance was so fire. We have to talk about it right after you guys smash that like button. So I'm just going to read here because I have just a whole bunch of them. Number one, affordable models on track for production at the first half of this year. So literally 5 months from now. Wall Street really loved this. That's why they're like, okay, good. There's no delays, anything. We can put this in our little spreadsheet and, we're good to go. So that was a good one. That was a big one. If Elon came out and said, or Tesla came out and said that, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a delay, the stock wouldn't be green right now. It'd be red. Yeah, unfortunately, Tesla is still a car company in their eyes here, even though Elon was talking about Tesla not being autonomy on the bot. How is that a car company, right? But also, Tesla said that they aim to produce the capacity of 3 million vehicles with the affordable models. Now, Elon didn't reiterate 20-30% growth this year. But in the report, it says that we have 3 million capacity and we intend to be full capacity with the affordable models. So does this mean that 20-30% is still on? Or does this mean that by end of next year, we have 3 million cars being sold every single year from Tesla? And Tesla did say in the report that until this is not at full capacity, we will not invest in other lines. So that was pretty important. The second insane news is the Cybercab. Cybercab, they said, is set to go into volume production next year. Therefore, again, my prediction here, pre-orders may happen sometime next year. I'm saying within 10 months. Because here's the thing, if they're going to go to volume production next year, it'd be nice to have some sales so they can sell it right away. The only way to do that is to get pre-orders. And they don't want to wait 4 years, 5 years like how they did with the Cybertruck. This thing is pretty much ready. So I think October, November, December. Some are calling it in June or July. But I'm going to say October, November, December. Like the Q4 of 2025, they're going to say, hey guys, you can pre-order your Cybercab if you guys want. And if this happens, guys, mark my words, I can see Tesla stock hitting $1,000 per share, or at least my bull case of $700 per share by end of the year. Not financial advice, not investment advice, but this is a big deal. The Cybercab, this is pretty much robotaxi, and robotaxi has high margins, 40-50%. It's absolutely a sheesh moment. Elon, he's also saying that 2025 is the turning point for Tesla, and 2026 and onwards are going to be crazy and explosive years for Tesla. This is the bot, because the scaling is going to be insane. The autonomy, the scaling is going to be insane. So, and I do believe him on this one. Things are falling into place for him. The big one. This is the one that the whole market was going like, what the heck? Holy gee, this is a bombshell. This is what I call a bombshell. Unsupervised FSD to start at Austin in June. Sheesh! Robotaxis are coming online, man, in June. That's pretty much what it means, is that nobody's going to be driving, the cars are going to be driving themselves, and that's going to be, that's robotaxis, that's unsupervised FSD in June in Austin. That's testing for sure, but that is a sheesh moment. My thesis is coming alive, guys. My thesis that when I sat down and did my work of robotaxi, it was a big risk, it may not have happened, but now seeing that's actually happening, man, this is amazing. Elon said that Tesla will be starting in a couple states, this unsupervised FSD, and by end of the year to be in many places or states. Here's a kicker. 2025 FSD supervised will be in all markets. This includes China and Europe, and he talked about Europe, potentially FSD entering Europe by May, which is incredible. If that happens, it's incredible. I think China is going to be sooner than that, even though Elon did say that China is a little bit more complicated because of just the way how the roads are and stuff like that. But he's talking about FSD supervised to be in all markets. That is massive. And he's saying that unsupervised FSD to be in all markets by 2026. Sheesh. Now, again, this is Elon's timeline, right? This is Elon's timeline. This may be a delayed 1 or 2 years, right? But he always gets it right. His predictions always become true. Maybe not right away, but eventually it becomes true. And here's the thing. The whole team was agreeing to this. The whole Tesla team was agreeing to this, meaning that they are all on the same page, which is a really, really good sign. Number 4, FSD licensing came up. They asked Elon, and Elon said that significant interest of companies to license the software. significant interest. So let's see how this will be. FSD licensing is a bigger business than actual FSD sales per each car of Teslas. Licensing is pretty much 80% to 100% profit for Tesla, and I've made so many evaluations on this. The numbers are bonkers that I have to take it out of my evaluation because the numbers just get really, really big. But I don't expect any licensing deals at least by 2027, 2028. But you must have some, again, I keep saying this, in 3, 4, 5 years time, if you're an EV company, great. But if you don't have a full self-driving software in your car, you ain't selling that car. You ain't selling that car. That's going to be the number one future. You must have some sort of full self-driving capacity, capabilities in your car. If you don't have it, you're not selling it. That's the future we're going towards. Sheesh moment. The fifth one, we're going to the bot now, which is pretty big. Elon was talking about the bot being able to generate $10 trillion of revenue alone, which was crazy. I mean, $10 trillion, just the bot alone. And he mentioned that they will have thousands of bots working in Tesla factory this year, and then 10x that number next year, and so on and so on. Elon also said that this will grow at a rate of 5x or 500% a year, which is just mind-blowing. Like, imagine you keep 5xing this every year. Again, the bot is absolutely mind-blowing. It's hard for me to comprehend, but that's just massive news. That's insane news. 6. Elon mentions that Tesla will sell bots to companies at the second half of 2026. And if that happens, bro, that's insane. People are talking about that if Tesla does a pre-order of Optimus this year, the stock will run to $1,000 per share. And we're talking about the second half of 2026. Tesla's gonna sell bots to other companies? I don't know, that's just mind-blowing. I mean, again, the bot thing, I still can't comprehend it, but that's a sheesh moment. Number 7, Elon said he sees a clear path. Now, here's... He took it up a notch here, man. He says that he says a clear path for Tesla is to be worth more than the top 10 most valued companies right now. So if we take the top 5 most valued companies right now, that's $15 trillion in market cap, which is a stock price of almost $4,700 per share. By when? Who knows? 10 years, 16 years, 15 years. But Elon is saying that he can see this path is clear. It's not going to be easy though. It's going to be difficult, but he sees the path to this, which is just absolutely crazy. Before he said Tesla will be worth more than Apple and Aramco combined. Now he's talking about the top 5 most valued companies. That's a sheesh moment. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Wow, God. So that was the insane news. There's one big thing that we missed. One big thing, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. Elon was talking about energy and how that's gonna be the same revenue, probably even more than the automotives, which is nothing to look back at. Like, you should not avoid that. That's big. That's massive. That's absolutely massive. But he for a second he said a third factory for Megapack, third Megapack factory. He was saying that in our Megapack factory in Shanghai, it's, we're working, and then our third factory. And nobody's talking about it. This is a big deal, guys. This is a massive flipping deal. This means that Tesla knows that they have to make more Megapack factories if they want to continue with this, energy demand, this energy supply, if they want to continue growing this business. And they're talking about a third factory. I want to know where this is, but they're talking about it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Megapack Shanghai is at least 50%. Some are saying double the size of Lathrop. So that means if Lathrop has a capacity of 4 gigawatt per hour or gigawatt hours, then the Shanghai Megapack factory has at least 60 gigawatt hours to 80 gigawatt per hour, or hours, not per hour, hours. So if Tesla made $10 billion in revenue this year, let's say 80, let's say it's double, right? That's 120 gigawatt per hour. Bro, that's like 30 to $36 billion in revenue. And if you give that again a 25% profit, that's like what, 8-9 billion in just profits, gross profits for the energy. And they're building a third Megapack factory, bro. This was not on the cards. But I did mention this, that sometime earlier in 2024, that in Q4, Tesla's going to mention a new Megapack factory. Now, we're in Q1 of 2025, but this is Q4 earnings call. So he didn't announce it. He said, we're building our third Megapack factory. So it's already been confirmed. They already found the location. They already know where it is. They just haven't told us yet, officially. So this is big news. This is one big thing that everyone missed, and no one's talking about it. No one even questioned it, and I'm not seeing anyone talking about it. That's just massive. That's just absolutely massive. Sheesh. But these are the bad news, the insane news, and the one thing we missed, man. This was an insane Q4 earnings call, and my God, that was awesome. I didn't go to bed until 5:30 last night. That's why this video is coming a little late. I'm flipping tired, but geez, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. If you want to hear what Elon had to say for the whole earnings, I made a cut version, less than 30 minutes on everything he said. Very important things that he said right here. Less than 28 minutes or less than 29 minutes. You'll find all the information here. Sheesh moment. Get your I bought the dip t-shirt. Subscribe, guys. I love you guys so much, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.